Hey,
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 it's a to be continued. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Pull everybody up.
I know,
Hey,
sweetie pie.
everybody.
I just heard that while when I dropped down.
Dreamer's going in on me. That's cute.
Oh, come on.
You're grounded, Wims. You're grounded by your mom.
Listen, she used to try to parent me through the phone when I was little. And like, I'm talking like 5, 6 years old. I remember that. And like, I remember rolling my eyes at 5 and 6 years old. So, I was the same person then that I am now. That's fun.
And you would think she would know that if she ever bothered to pay attention.
I don't like it when I fall into other lives like that.
But I guarantee you nobody's over there correcting her. They're just letting her go. They all want to sit there and tell me how horrible of a person I am and how I need to grant grace and how they've all granted me grace because of the whole situation. But y'all just sitting over there letting it happen? Okay.
That's crazy. Okay, Boston, you got to come on panel. Hey, my Naz. How you doing, my Naz? I got to say her name. Ugh. Okay, y'all don't be quiet all at once.
Yeah, I got
Today,
super quiet.
Steph is taking a
Dreamer
break.
lost her husband. She lost her ID. She lost her kids. Dang,
She
Dreamer, you
lost
just be
her
losing everything.
mind. Okay, so just so y'all know, Steph is taking a break, and Born has no internet. They're fixing something, some kind of power outage or something. So they're fixing her internet. But yeah,
has today been any calmer?
not really. No, no. I don't think I don't think it's ever going to be calm until there's a complete purge of either us or them.
I still vote we make a whole new community and just take a step away from the jet burst.
How do we do that? Because I'd love to do that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
probably step away from it.
Do I have mods? Tell me, y'all modded. Tell me I got some people modded in here.
I'm not. You can mod me if
I'm
you
a
want
mod.
to.
Okay.
Okay.
Add me.
I'm here,
When
Big
but I don't
chicks,
know
what
if
you
my
got?
powers are all there though.
they
Well, I
should
mean,
be.
the first steps to making a new community is just not allowing the old community to be relevant.
How
Just
do
Exactly.
we?
completely ignore them, block them. If they come at you, don't respond, no matter how bad you want to, because as long as you're responding, it's just going to continue. When you start ignoring, no matter what it is, and it's hard, I know it's got to be hard, but eventually they'll move on to the next person.
I don't know. I've yet to see that ever happen.
I mean, I think it could, but you're going to have the people that are going to be in between and, that are going to go and listen to what's being said and bring it over and go, back and forth.
I think there's a fine line between, how can I say this? Not taking sides. The problem is that when you cross the line into bringing it back and forth.
Well,
You know what I mean?
when I came to the community, I wasn't on the side. I wasn't pro. I wasn't anti. I was in the middle because I had heard about the case and learned about the case and things like that. But when people would ask me, I would tell them I wasn't on the side. And one day,
Is somebody
somebody told
peeing?
me that no, I'm at the pool where I live.
Real
Where I
quick,
live,
you know how when you in live and it kicks you in someone else's live?
yeah,
Dreamer and Adrian are on panel now, and Dreamer's on there talking about wins. How the
yeah, it
wins
kicked
was
me in there
so
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
I
They
think we
got
all
their
fell
girl.
in there.
She's talking about what?
Is she talking about how wonderful she is?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
she
sure
called
she's
you a
just a
bee.
saint.
She called you a
Oh
bee.
no.
What will you ever
I
do,
mean,
Wims? What will you ever
They
do?
told her that wasn't
this is the
nice.
same woman that wants to get on panel and says she should have row weighted me. And she's right. She should have. The dumbass was given money to do so and didn't follow through. So what you're participating in now is a repercussion of, once again, poor decisions, because you had the funds and you had the means and yet you chose to have me, and now look at your life, you dummy.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I'm grateful that she didn't, but just saying.
Yes.
Me too.
I mean, she
That's
should have been fixed the moment
vile.
she turned 18. No,
I
she's
would
never done rugs.
never. Yeah, I would never say that about my children. That's horrible.
I think it's funny.
Mm.
She said that you said that you would cremate her and put her ashes in the ghetto.
The ghetto.
Actually, I said,
In the
what I said was,
ghetto.
when you die, I'm going to spread your ashes on Skid Row and give every homeless person $20 so you can turn one last trick, because it's the only thing you were ever successful at, was
I
my exact verbiage.
I think
Oh
you
no.
should throw her the ashes in the ocean to the sharks.
And they didn't come at you for that?
Oh, she
Hey
came at me
now.
hard for that one. She dragged innocent kids into it and everything.
But I'm
But
talking about like her friends, her group of minions, they didn't gather around and lynch you like they do
I
everybody
think
else.
I think they ended up talking her into taking the video down.
Okay.
My mom was 15 when she got pregnant with me, and she tried to take care of me. Um, but when it came to the point where financially she was just not able to, she gave me to my dad's parents and I stayed with them. I just wish that more people, if they can't do what they need to do and take care of children, that they give them to somebody that can, where they can try to have a good life.
Yeah, that's what happened to my mom. It wasn't because my grandmother didn't want to be a mom and this, and that. She was very young. She had
Yeah.
kids back after back, and she couldn't provide for them, so she
Mhm.
dropped them off to a distant relative that could provide for them.
Yeah. And my dumb butt went, and when I turned 18, decided I was going to go look for her. And because I was getting married that next year. And so I found her. Took me, I think, a few months to actually find her because she would pop in and out of my life. And I found her and asked her, told her, hey, I'm your daughter. And said, I'm going to get married and I'd like for you to be there. Worst mistake of my life. Like, I wish that I wouldn't have invited her to be a part of it. I wish I would have just talked to her on the phone. My mother showed up at my wedding in uh, ripper boots and a really, really short dress. and it was a church wedding.
Oh, I'm
It
so
was awful.
sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
no, she, and even
Linda
after
and I got into.
my mom, like, uh, she passed away. It's 2 years this month, and she had cancer. And my one regret was not to go see her. And I had my reasons why I didn't because of the stuff in my past, and
You guys,
I
I'm gonna
knew
get
that.
down, okay? This is
Okay, thanks, Boston.
Hey,
Oh, is it too?
Boston.
Oh, if it's too much,
You.
I'll stop. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. My mom's been dead since I was 14. It's been a long time, but I have a phone call coming in, so I gotta go. I love you. Bye.
Okay, goodbye. Come back.
Right.
The only
I'm
thing
gonna
that I
make
would say,
Boston my new best friend. Piss everybody off.
the only thing I would say, Wims, is the regret that I had is that I didn't go see her before she passed because I have a lot of regret, even though we had such a toxic relationship. And every single day, I think about my mom, or just certain little things in life happens, and or my kid will say something and it reminds me of her, and that's my one regret, is not at least having a conversation with her for some kind of peace, but not necessarily for her but for me. I
And
mean,
that's lucky because my mom, like I said, she was 4 years old. She was the oldest. And her mom came back into her life when she was 28. She made my mom's wedding cake when she married my father, and she was at the wedding. Well, she died. Her mom died like a week after. No, they got married November 3rd. Her mom died at the age of 44 when my mom was 28, the day after Thanksgiving. But my mom still never got a chance to ask her, why did you give us four away? But you kept two other kids that you had and you raised them, but you
see,
gave us four away.
that's how
Right.
my mom was. She gave me to my grandparents, which I'm thankful for every day. But I have a brother and two sisters, and she had them until they were, I want to say they were 6 years old. It may have even been five. And something had happened, and the dad ended up getting custody of them. And so then she was kid free, went and got married, lived this little high life of whatever, and then moved to the area that I was in because she wanted to be a grandmother. And which I didn't know because, she lived in another state, but I didn't know that she liked to hit the bottle quite a bit. And, but every day, like as soon as she got off work, that's what she would do. And which is fine, anybody can do what they please. But, I didn't want it around my kids, and she was just very toxic. Every day it was something, and I regretted having her around because, well, maybe not hanging around the state that she was in. I regretted that. That's what my kids saw for a very short period of time until I put my foot down and said, "Hey, until you get help, you're not going to be around them." And my son is 15, and the last time that he saw my mom, how old was you? 7 or 8? Maybe 10. And which I think it was actually a little bit longer. But anyway, I don't know. When you go through things as a kid, it's hard to say what you would do. But
That
And my
Skid
mom
Row
still said
thing
she
made
loved
her so
her.
mad the last time. She started in on me and she said, when I die for my funeral, I interrupted her. I said, who's going to pay for your funeral? You ain't got no money. You're going to sit in a morgue unclaimed. Tell me what you're going to do at your funeral. Nothing. You ain't having one.
have you and your mom ever had a good relationship, Lynn, at any point?
No,
Mm.
I have tried. I have tried so hard.
Which is understandable, mainly when you have kids yourself, and sometimes you think about how you want your kids to have a relationship with their
Yep.
grandparents. I
Yep.
get
You can tell that Wims is really, really hurt just from what, like my mom, she still talked about her mom. 30 years later, like nothing ever compares to a mother. And my mom would tell me, it's a pain you never want to experience when your mom passes. And my mom's mom didn't even raise her, and it still affected her 30, 40 years later. So you could tell that Wims has a lot of shit built up inside. And it's more to maybe what she's even saying.
There's still some stuff that I don't talk about just because, well, some of it's not mine to talk about. But also, I mean, there is some stuff that is like I don't want out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't have to. Don't ever think you need to or have to. Some stuff you should keep, to yourself, especially if it's,
Amen. Amen. But,
Well, not only that, you don't want to give them any ammunition either.
right.
yeah.
But y'all keep giving her a pass over there.
They have history. Okay, 1,200 days.
She's elderly. It doesn't excuse you from being a shit mom.
She's been
Sorry.
this way her whole life. What you mean? It just age is irrelevant when it's a repeated pattern.
I agree.
Right.
Because I don't understand it. How do you blame a 6-month-old child because you're a shitty person? Even all these years later, it's like she's going to sit there and try and point out all these things about you. Like you said, she's trying to make it out like she was there.
Well, and half of them are lies is the craziest part. Like, supposedly I Roe versus Wade my first pregnancy. I had one scheduled, and then I backed out at the last moment because, like, I had a moral internal struggle. And then, like, a week later, I ended up miscarrying, which for the better, but it just shows that, like, she'll know a portion of a story and then just think that she knows everything. Because, again, she doesn't know me. What's my favorite color? How about that one? My kid's in the living room. She says, I know the answer. I'll even make it easy. What was my favorite cartoon as a child? My favorite food. She can't tell you any of that, but she knows all these personal things about me.
You're going to say something real funny.
Crystal, okay, I was going to say.
Like, if you can't tell that about me, what in the world makes you think that you know anything correctly that's personal about me?
Wow. Hi, K-Max. Is that where they're at? They're on K-Max Live?
We're being streamed.
Yeah, we're being streamed.
And I was willing to call a truce, right? I didn't do nothing to that woman today. She initiated the attack, and I even gave her a chance to check herself. I said, I didn't say nothing to you. Why are you attacking me? And the only one that said anything to her over there was Belinda. She said, be nice.
They did tell her not to call you the B word when I fell in that live.
Well, thank you, people over there that said that. That's very nice of you, and I appreciate it.
But I thought y'all didn't like us. Why are y'all streaming my live? I'm a bigot and a liar, and I imply things. Why are y'all streaming me? Content?
That's exactly what it is. The
Y'all
exploitation of abuse.
make sure to gift your host.
Send those heartbeats.
Send those heartbeats to your host over there. Y'all make sure y'all listen to all the twists and the turns and all the commentary they're going to throw and all the bad things they're going to say about all of us.
And if you're going to listen, you should at least gift everybody in here under your fake name so it
Right.
doesn't look that obvious.
I was going to post what I made in my live just now. 93 cents.
Don't y'all have other people to talk about or other things to talk about? What did y'all cook tonight? Did y'all feed y'all children? Did y'all fuck y'all old man? You know, the ones that aren't cheating on y'all. As I roll my eyes. Did y'all get y'all housekeepers to, buffer and shine y'all thrones that y'all sit upon? Y'all cut the grass around the pedestals that y'all, stand upon as y'all are judging us?
Oh no, the lot lizard's friends are judging me. Oh no.
Oh, I hope y'all screening the chat because we got some good stuff going on in the chat. Oh my God, you people are so pathetic. Y'all are so weird.
Wims, did your daughter win her last game where you did the output of the day? Or
No. We got our
oh,
butts kicked in one game, but honestly, I wasn't mad about it because, like, 5 minutes away from the field, it started pouring down rain, and I was like, oh, darn, we're eliminated before the thunderstorm hit.
so do they make you like here if it storms? They'll make you wait for a certain period of time, depending on
Yeah,
how
well,
long
that
it
day it
lasts.
started with a rain delay, and then we played our one game. It was a one game knockout. Usually it's a two elimination. We played the one
Yeah.
game and got knocked out. So we went home, but that's okay. She had another team reach out that wants her to pick up with them for the month of August, so we're going to do that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, she works really hard, so it's kind of nice that other teams are like, "Hey, we seen you play, and since your team's done for the season, do you want to come play for us?" It's kind of like a reward for her hard work.
Oh, that's awesome. That'll be something good if she wants to do, as she gets into high school. Well, she's in high school, but if she goes to college for it and stuff like that, or, to play.
That's the goal. She's hoping to go JUCO.
It's awesome.
Are they still streaming? Are we making it boring for them? I can't wait to hear all the things they're going to say that we said that we never said.
Right? It's so weird that, we're just talking about regular life stuff and they're like listening. Like, oh my God, we might
I
say
said it. I
something
said it
drama.
all.
Wow. What you cooking, Cece? I'm making a spaghetti and I've got some red beans and some rice and I'm gonna start frying some chicken when I get off of here.
I'm gonna order pizza when I get off live.
Sounds good too. What you cooking,
I'm
K Mac? Oh wait, you don't have nobody to cook for. Oh, I'm sorry. Microwave? I got a question, K Mac. Since y'all probably, gonna come up with some commentary. How can you call Steph your friend and allow people to go on your panel and attack her? Do you have like no loyalty to the people you call friends other than those who mock, humiliate, and harass people? What Steph ever did to you other than to love you? But I really think that what you do is you're using her love for you and how much she cares for you to humiliate and for content. In fact, I think I should do a poll. Put a one in the chat if you think that K-Mac only uses Steph. for content and for funnies.
Sad we don't even know how to do a poll.
I don't know how to do a poll. Let's
We
see how
don't
many.
because
We
we
got
ain't no
75
live on
people in
there.
here.
I don't even know what's going on with stuff in K-Mac, to be honest with you. Again, I don't pay that close attention.
What do you want the poll to say? And I'll make one.
Hold on, I'm counting. um, smiley face. Wait, no, a sad face if you think K-Mac is using Steph for content and to humiliate her, and a smiley face if you don't. Right? Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Because what she does is she'll have all these people on her panel who can't stand Steph, and then she'll call Steph over there, or she'll have like an empty panel and invite Steph over there, and then let them all up and attack her.
But they're so worried about Susan, Cook's outing Susan for being not in the mental health right space. But neither was Steph after what they did to her.
Oh, okay. So the clipboard above Nelly's head to the left. It didn't let me do the other kind. Oh, wait. What is that?
Yeah,
Hang
well, what
on.
is that?
I don't know what that is. Hang on. Well, that was weird.
Would you prefer to see me live? Yeah.
Red Baby, yeah, it's just all content for them. This back and forth wishy-washy mentality that they got.
Divide, destroy, and then play good cop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm learning. Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
you're fine.
It's usually an indication that my allergies are going to act up.
Oh, poll. Ah, I found it. Did you make one, Lucky,
I
or not?
think I am. I'm trying. Okay, question. I'm not going to put a question. I'll just do the little thing. Okay. I'll put
Oh,
question
look, there's
marks.
one right there. Look.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, y'all remember what it is? Red, yes, blue, no.
Can't forget what it is because we all know that it's correct what you said.
I
When did
smiley
it
faced it even though I don't know what the hell I hit.
It's fine.
when did the kids there go back to school, guys?
Next week. Good riddance.
Next week. Wow.
I don't know. Sometime before my birthday. That's all I know.
Our kids here don't go back until I think it's like the 6th or the 7th of September.
Listen, I need this kid to go eat school lunch because I can't keep affording this Hoover. I asked my son, he said the 12th of August, so still before my birthday.
Yeah, yeah, I know some provinces here, they go back early. They end later than we do, and they go back earlier. But yeah, my kids graduated well, done high school. So, oh, 3 weeks, Pan Pan. Yeah, they basically get all of July and August. They get about 2.5 months here in total off.
I miss mine when she's at school.
Yeah, yeah, I miss my kid too when they're at school.
My son doesn't give me a chance to miss him because he's always got his phone texting, "What are you doing? Send me a picture of my dog," or "Send me a picture of your dog," or whatever.
I
That's
And
went to the
then,
chiropractor today, and my kid called me to ask me for something, and she said, "Where are you at?" I said, "I'm at the chiropractor." She said, "Your chiropractor's next to the chicken restaurant? They're goated." I said, "Why are you tracking me?"
Oh my God.
all the
I'm
one
deleting
app.
Life 360.
Yeah, my sister constantly tracks me. She's all like, "What are you doing there?" I'm like,
My daughter did
"Nothing."
the same thing. Like, oh, well, what were you doing over there? Did you go to Kroger? Like, yeah, even though I didn't, because it's none of y'all's business.
Right. Sometimes
Hey,
I'll text
cowboy.
my sister when she's doing something and out somewhere, and I go, "I'm watching you drive somewhere."
So crazy because we were just talking about that at work today between our spouse, like why we have it with our spouses. Because we're like, it's not a trust issue. All the men were like, our wives use it to say, hey, you were speeding or you were driving recklessly. And I'm like, that's so funny because that's what I use. I'm like, why were you driving 90 in a 65, Bill?
Right. Well, I know I got it with my husband because he has epilepsy, so, in case anything, I'd like to know if there's any issue.
Exactly. It's like we do it just for like safety, not that we don't trust each other.
And yeah, myself and my husband do it too. I work in community a lot, so I never know, it's just a safety thing. I let him know generally where I'm going to be. And if I don't check in with him, because I work with people with mental health and addictions and homelessness and
Mm-hmm.
justice and all of that, it's just a big safety thing. So if I'm
Yep.
meeting someone in community, it's like if you don't hear from me in 20 minutes after I text you a thumbs up saying I'm here, send out the search party.
Exactly.
Oh, Pan Pan, I miss those days.
My husband
I
and I,
miss
we
those
never
days
kept locks. Yeah, I know. I miss the good old days when we didn't
when the
have to
kids
worry about
were
all these.
wee little things and they just wanted to snuggle and cuddle and yeah, mine just uses me for food now.
Food, shelter, and internet.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, any good books? Any good movies lately?
Nelly, I just remembered something. I was going to message you and I got sidetracked at work and I forgot to. There is a documentary on Netflix. It's not even a documentary, it's a podcast. And it is called, I'm going to go to it now so I can tell you exactly. They have, each episode is an hour long, but they have, we were talking about a case there the other day. What was it? Oh, geez. I'm waiting for Netflix to load. Anyway, she, she covers all the ongoing cases in the US, like
Oh,
Lindsay Clancy and all of that. I'm going to tell you now what it's called, but it is absolute. It's called Allegedly. Is the name of
allegedly.
the pop. Allegedly on Netflix. Yeah.
I didn't
Now
know they had
I guess you
podcasts on
guys.
there.
Yeah, I didn't know until there the other day. Um, but oh my God, what is going on? I think the batteries are going in my remote. Um, oh, the David. the singer.
Oh, yes.
Remember we were
Celeste.
talking about it
Yeah.
there the other day?
David and Celeste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So she does a full hour podcast on that case, and wow, and she's amazing, absolutely amazing. And the lawyers that she interviews on these cases, like the two of them have worked both sides, and it's really good. It's definitely worth the listen or to watch.
Yeah. Oh no, that's good because sometimes like I watch a lot of the stuff on YouTube. I follow so many on YouTube. Um, and a lot of it's like it's usually just the same stuff and them talking to the
Yeah,
same people, so that's
yeah.
good. I didn't know they did that. I'm glad they do that. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I went looking for something else and found that there's podcasts there. And this weekend, I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, but there's a new Idaho 4 documentary coming out
Yes,
on
we gotta talk
Netflix.
about that.
Oh,
We've got to talk about that.
yes.
Yes,
Brian
Okay.
Kohlberger is now.
hmm.
Oh my God! You
It's
know why he's doing that? Why he's redacting his plea because of all the stuff that's come out.
but can he do that? That
Yes,
legally he can?
yes.
It's,
He can't,
okay,
once you take a plea deal, there is no going back.
Unless there's new evidence that comes into play. If there's
exactly,
new
and that's
evidence, yes, and he's
yeah.
claiming there's new evidence that proves
Mrs.
And
that
they're
he
Leslie is
didn't do it
innocent.
alone.
they're
I don't think he's
speculating that
innocent
there
at
was a
all.
second person involved.
Yeah,
So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And like, I just wonder, and I could be wrong, the timing of this new documentary coming out. Like, he did this yesterday, was it?
yeah,
Yeah, yesterday. And now the new documentary is coming out this weekend. A little bit suspicious, if you ask me.
yeah.
There's a new documentary. It's called A Toxic Love Story on the Flix. It's pretty good.
What's it
Okay.
about?
So I don't want to tell you about it. I'm just going to read what it says because I don't want to give anything away. It says a sinister Craigslist catfish scheme unfolds between a U.S. Marshal, his new wife, and his former girlfriend in a twisted true crime documentary. And it's really good. And then if you're
Sounds
looking for
good.
like a little series, there's it's called I Will Find You.
I saw that. That was awesome.
Man,
So
the
awesome.
ending.
I streamed
I
that
love
in one
that.
night.
We did too. My husband and I, we loved it. I'm watching the second
Yes.
season of Raising Canyon, but yeah, I want more shows like I Will Find You.
Yes, that was awesome. I got it because
Yeah.
I it got me very few movies, and I'm not trying to say that I got this, but they very few movies get me because usually it's the same thing over and over. It's just a different movie, same plot, or whatever, same ending.
Yeah,
That
Yep.
you
got me
can pick.
because I
Yep.
was not
Yep.
expecting that at
Well,
all.
the it ran through my brain because of the woman with the I don't want to say for to mess it up for anybody, but because of the woman that was behind it, or well, not behind it, but part of it,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and because just the things that she was doing and stuff like that. But then when I found out, their connection, it ran through my brain. But then I was like, no, like that don't make sense, with the storyline, But then, it's like, oh wait,
And Boston, how you doing, Boston? I can't do a Boston accent. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't. Shut up. But yeah, that was that got me. I was like,
hmm
there's got to be something where I'm missing here. Got to be something I'm missing. And it was making me crazy. And it's like, no, 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 that just doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And I couldn't understand though. There's some things that should have been done though in that show that weren't done, like the
hmm
woman's second husband.
yeah,
That it just.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go watch that though. I thought it
Oh,
was
it's
based on a true
amazing.
It
story
was
when I first started watching. When I
What is
first
it
heard
called?
about it, it's like, no, it's not.
right. And
It's
it's
not
like a
based on a
plot
true
twist
story.
because, like, I thought for sure that warden had something to do with it when he really didn't. He was trying to help
Yeah, help him.
his brother's, I mean, his friend's son.
What is it called?
I will find you.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. It's on Netflix.
Once you start, you won't be able to stop watching it. That's like
Nope.
Nemesis. My coworkers told me about Nemesis, and that is really good. Once you start, you can't stop. But it's going to have a second season. I can't wait.
I haven't seen that, but I did watch I Will Find You in one day. I did
Hmm.
housework and watched it. That was my justification for doing nothing all day.
Yeah. I started watching it at 11 o'clock at night, and I think it was 6 in the morning because I
Yeah,
could.
because
I was like,
when you start, you just want to get to the next one because of how they leave the
Exactly.
ending, and
yeah,
it's like, wait a minute, I need to see, and then you just can't stop watching it.
right.
Right, there's just certain shows that make you binge watch them until the
Yeah.
end.
And there's not a lot of good documentaries out there anymore. I find
Yeah.
a lot of them are just, I don't know, I guess put like thrown together quickly.
Mhm. Have y'all seen on TikTok where the TikTok influencer, the woman, I think
Mm,
her name was Sarah, and
yes.
her husband murdered her and unalived himself?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
I
was
mean, she
watching
put out
the
that video the night before. That was, or the day before.
Yeah, I just seen that advertised.
well, I went into a group that was talking about it, and I left. I was probably there for about 15 minutes, and then I left because they were blaming her, but also blaming this guy named Mike. Apparently, I guess they did battles together, and I guess they were friends or whatever. And he had made a comment in her comment section on the live and said that um, he was gonna eat her like fried rice. And somebody, I don't know if they screenshot it and sent it to him or he saw it, and that was the day before. They're saying that the live that she did was a week ago, but the people in that panel was sitting there blaming her and the guy Mike, saying that they caused him to snap because of what she did. But they also said that the guy that murdered the wife, that he had got caught with a underage girl.
Oh,
And
wow.
child. Okay, so this is the thing. She she found some stuff um and she reported it.
Oh
He was
wow.
a
Oh,
coach.
okay. I know what you're talking about now. I've seen bits and pieces
Hmm.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a coach, and he was
Mm.
having an affair, or well, it's not affair because the girl's only 13 or 14 years old. But he had been grooming the girl for a while. He was her coach, and she found out about it, and she went to the authorities, and he got out on bond. She filed for divorce and everything, but he got out
Well,
on
we
bond. And when she did that Netflix, it was the night that she did the Netflix trend, and he broke into her house and he unalived her and himself. Yeah.
we have a pastor here. It's called Gateway Baptist Church in Munford, Tennessee. If
Oh
any of
my
you
God,
report
you're right there
on
by Gateway.
crime, yeah.
Oh Lord.
So they just had a youth pastor at Gateway Baptist Church in Munford, Tennessee. If any of y'all want to report on it, I don't put stuff like that on my page, but he was caught talking to an underage girl. And like the parents even tried to give him like an out and was like, stop, leave her
Mhm.
alone. and he wouldn't. So they finally called the cops on him, and apparently they found images on his computer and everything else. And like, I hope he fries.
Yep. Did y'all hear the case about I can't remember his name. The man who unalived his daughter's abuser, and he was facing, I think he was facing life, but he was also running for mayor of the town.
Oh yeah, I think I know what
He
you're
ended up
talking about. It's down south somewhere. He ended up offing his daughter's abuser, and then while he
yes,
was awaiting trial, he ran for office.
right, he ran for mayor. Okay, so they found him innocent, and then he won for mayor. Well, I think he won for mayor, and then they found him innocent. I think he won. That was the thing about it. But um, they were actually that case confused me because I couldn't understand how the man he unalived had his daughter in the vehicle. They knew for a fact that this man had kidnapped the daughter. Well, I mean, he was out on bond for what he. Yes, Aaron Spencer. Y'all need to, if y'all don't know that case, go look it up. But they are supposed to be doing I think it's either Netflix or Hulu, probably Netflix because they do it. But they're supposed to be doing a documentary on that case, and like
I
the community.
I think there's something to be said about the fact that all of society in America, anyways, at least, is so interested in all of these true crime documentaries. I think it speaks volumes as to where we are headed as a society and country, and it's not in a good place
I
that
agree.
people are glorifying these people. I mean, our youth are now exposed to it. Like, what is this doing for our future, really and truly? Why are people so enamored with it?
I don't know. It what's good is bad, and what's bad is good, and people
We,
are. Oh,
well, you
You
know,
used to hear lock them up and throw away the key, and that was kind of the end of it, right? But now you got people that want to get up here and play Captain Save-A-Ho for people that don't deserve it.
back when we were younger, the thing was is like the real world, like the reality TV stuff. And I think that the reality TV, I mean, it's still happening, but it's not popping like true crime, like documentaries are. Like they do documentaries for so many different things, and then these
Pretzi,
people.
get MTV on the horn. Pretzi can save America. Here's the chance.
Well, that's the
see
thing.
that
I
too
mean,
with
what?
TV.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that the true crime, that's what it's about. I mean, if you think about some of the documentaries that they've had, it's made these people, I don't want to say famous because I don't feel that they're famous, but it's put a light on them and they've gotten this attention. And even though they're not supposed to be making money off of it and certain things like that, these kids are seeing it and it's like, oh, well, all I got to do is this. And, I'm going to be known because, it's
Well,
crazy.
Did
I
you
was
know
saying,
the number one goal with the youth right now, as when they get asked what they want to do when they grow up, it's to be an influencer?
Yep.
That's heartbreaking. That's
Yep.
heartbreaking.
yeah.
that's sad.
Well, you don't have to do nothing for a bunch of money. I
Well, that's
mean,
another thing.
depending on
Like
what you do.
back in the day, I mean, I'm a '70s, '80s kid, so even in the '90s, the early '90s anyway, kids wanted to, to do what the things on TV, be dancers or a singer or rock star, whatever, movie star. You wanted to be like, things like that. Now they want to be like, I hate that. I'm just gonna say they want to be serial unalivers and incels, and they like she was saying, influencers on the internet, and it's like It's weird. Yo, I'm telling you, if y'all could go back in time and see the life that we lived, and those of us who see what's going on in our world today, this is crazy.
hmm There's actually a university that's offering a bachelor's degree in influencing now. My daughter sent me a news clip about it.
But
See,
influence to do
that's
what? I mean, we're reading or they're producing nothing but followers. Who's leaving?
Well, think about it. If
Mhm.
you're okay, you become an influencer, let's say you do makeup or you do food, there are brands that can sit here and pay you near nothing to reach thousands and thousands or millions of people, and it's saving them money. So it's basically making the rich even richer. If you sit and actually just think about it, okay, let's say a makeup brand, you go and you do a 5-minute video, and they pay you X amount of money for it. If that same video, but with an actress that they had to pay for, all the production, all the behind the scenes stuff, and then it goes and gets on TV, it's costed them millions and millions of dollars, but they can get this new influencer that just, hit a viral video, or that one that's had one, and they can pay her, however much, and it's saving them money for the advertisement.
I actually have a conspiracy theory that aligns with that. Don't you think it's interesting that most of Hollywood's children are very private and not entering the industry?
Hmm.
And it's
Hmm.
because they were all traumatized and abused when they were younger growing up in the system. And so now I think that's why they're trying to recruit all these young kids to be influencers, is because they need people that are unaware.
Hmm. Get a whole different group of people.
yeah,
You
that's
give somebody
true.
that's never had money, and they don't make the best choices in life. Not all, but some.
I just checked the Idaho 4 documentary actually comes out tomorrow, not this weekend.
Oh,
I just set a reminder for myself for it. And I'm working
Has
from
it?
home tomorrow, so
Has anybody watched the movie The Housemaid?
no.
housemate. That's with the oh God, what's her name?
The blonde-headed girl,
Yes.
and then
I've seen clips of it, but I haven't actually watched it. It's crazy. It looks
yeah,
creepy.
it just popped up on my uh TV, and it was saying that you can watch it for free right now. And I was like,
On what platform?
YT.
Oh, on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the
But
tube of
it's,
you. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but it says that you can watch it. You know how, like, if you put it on your TV, it'll have like the little boxes and tell you where you can watch it. It
Hmm.
says that you can watch it on Stars, but not, it doesn't have the add on thing, which I've never seen before. I didn't know that that did that. But I don't watch a lot of TV either. My son was showing me a bunch of stuff and was like, yeah, you can watch this and this and this. And I was like, oh,
I've
Yeah, I watch
honestly,
it.
outside of just like passing news articles, I have no idea anything about the Idaho 4. I used to work in a state penitentiary that was maximum security, if you guys didn't know. So I've always kind of stayed away from that stuff because it's like I've seen evil in the face and had to deal with it once it's locked up. So what do I need to know more about it? Like the only thing I know is that, he supposedly tracked them kids down and broke into the house, and some of them made it and some of them didn't, and like my heart just bleeds for their families.
mm.
I like
I know
watching
that,
these documentaries. Sorry.
but the documentaries are all one-sided, aren't they?
Usually.
A
Hmm.
lot of them, the majority of them are. I like to watch ones that have a more. I always wondered, and even as I mean, I'm in my early 50s, and even as a young adult, true crime fascinated me
Hmm.
because I I always try to figure out what makes these unalivers tick, what drives them to this, to you know.
Yeah.
It's the
Untreated
whole
mental health issues
psychology of
as a
it.
child.
Oh yeah, but
But the thing is there are some that are born into, well, then you're talking about mentally ill, not
Yeah.
environmentally.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like trauma. I'm talking about like actual mental illness that their parents weren't educated on to recognize. And so they go into life untreated and eventually it just breaks. I think that that is a big part of it because it's no secret that we have a mental health epidemic in our country.
oh, we do. And there's I don't it's an older documentary. It's called The 24 Faces of Billy Mulligan, and he has 24 different multiple personalities. And it's amazing to watch the psychologist and the psychiatrist. Like, he's an unaliver, and they try to pick him apart. It's a mind-blowing documentary to watch. I think it's like
Right.
3 episodes, 4 episodes, something like that. But yeah,
It is a good
it's
documentary.
What's the
it
name of
is
it?
The 24 Faces of Billy Mulligan.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even Jeffrey Dahmer and those, you know, which is, I mean, a whole different class of his own. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. So that's my fascination with true crime. Not that anybody asked, but I'm just saying.
No,
It's it's the whole psychological thing. Like, you know, like I always said, I'd like to crawl inside their minds for like a few minutes and just see what makes them tick.
Right. That's what I always say too.
but then
Yeah.
your own mental health would probably be damaged by what's going on up in there.
And my husband says I'm sick and twisted as it is. So yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you. Never given you my phone number. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's like, seriously, you're all excited because there's a new, uh, unaliving documentary coming out, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait.
But see, we went like that's what I was gonna say earlier. We went from like my generation of watching wholesome family stuff, and everything, and comedies. There was like a lot of comedies back in the day. Now it's all this dark crime
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, and it's
Um,
Smex, right? Look at the real
yes,
short ads. Like that is, I can't post a picture in a swimsuit and I get flagged, but I've seen like real short commercials that show things. And I'm like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's
Our
so
children are
weird that
being
they have that.
conditioned to it to think that it's normal. And I think that the AI meta glasses are another step in that direction.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, have you
I
seen?
think that's why they have Kylie Jenner allegedly advertising them is to try to normalize it among the youth because then it'll become a normal thing. Nobody will think anything of it. And you are going to see an explosion in child images.
Have you seen where they've caught people with them already?
Yeah.
AI
Like,
is not gonna. That is gonna completely tear our society apart. I mean, it's bad as it is, but it's about to get a whole lot worse.
you see, it's teaching its future self how to break free.
Look at Bad Baby when she turned 18 on OnlyFans, like at midnight, she made millions of dollars the minute she turned 18. The Olsen twins, they had a countdown going until they were 18.
It's crazy.
I don't know. Life was so much simpler years ago when, you know, with without all this influx or increase in crime and, all of this kind of stuff and the mental health uh, being totally exacerbated. in the last 10, 15 years, and the rug epidemic and stuff. Like when you think back to when the majority of us were growing up, because I say that because I don't know how old everybody is, but like back in the 70s, 80s, which is when I grew up, kind of thing. It was, yeah, life was so much simpler, you know, playing tag and hide and go seek. And now the
Come
12-year-olds are looking for their
on.
next FIX.
Now you got to worry about who your kid's playing Roblox with.
Or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
going to sleep over with.
Yeah, for
right.
real.
Yeah,
Well, you should have always worried about that one if we look back in time about how many people are our age have a story about their childhood.
That's true too.
True. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You're right.
yeah.
I've been there. Yeah.
My son doesn't like staying at other people's house at all.
Now, though,
California.
you got to worry about who you marry and if they're going to off you and your kids.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, we have a thing here. It's I I can't remember the name of it. It's a new law that just got passed here in Canada, and so if I'm going to be in, I guess, a long-term relationship or whatever, if you meet somebody and you want to go get them checked, you can go into the police station and they will do a background check for you. You just walk up to the counter and get it done to see if they have any history of DV or SA or any of that kind of stuff.
well, they need to have, well, I don't know if they have anything. I don't know what they do, but that'd be a
Apps
good
where you
thing.
can track the registered ones. I do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear
We
as
get
law, it's called. Clear as law.
we get notifications when a new one moves into our area.
Within 20 miles.
Now, see,
Yeah.
we don't have that here in Canada. We could have one living next door, and there's no public database in Canada for registered SAs
That's
or
crazy.
SOs, sorry. No, so you don't know.
Why?
And I have no idea. And they release them to the community, and you never know.
They
That's
have so
crazy.
many they have so many days after they get out to register here where I'm at. And then a notification goes out electronically and in the mail showing where they're located.
And
Oh,
every time
wow.
they move, here we have one where if they move and if they don't give their new address,
They
then
get looked
they
up.
go back to jail.
Yep.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. In theory, the
Yeah,
parole officer is supposed to violate them and take them back. But here's the issue with that, and I can speak on this coming from the prison and parole sector. Every single state is undermanned. Every single one. And because they are undermanned, the ones that they do have never stay long. So you are getting people in the field that have maybe 6 months of training and a caseload that should be spread out amongst four people. And that's how a lot of them are getting through the cracks. When I worked at the prison, we were supposed to have 2 officers per unit and 1 per pod. There was nights where I would have to leave my pod and run over to the next unit to lock down that unit. That unit would be unmanned. I would have to go over there and do evening count. Like they were already locked down for the night or whatever, but you have to count them living, breathing bodies every single night. So I would have to do my entire unit and then go next door and do the other unit. Now I would have been the one on the chopping block if something would have happened.
That's
But what
awful.
do you do?
Wow.
What do you do when you need the insurance or you need the pay or whatever? I mean, it's no different than that nurse that just got, or whatever she was, that just got in trouble for using a hoist and dropped her patient because it was supposed to be a 2-person job.
Yeah.
Well, how can they penalize her for it? That doesn't make any sense.
Because she should have said no because it was against policy to use it with just one person. So they're putting
And
it
would
on her.
oh yeah, again, I was gonna say, and if she didn't do it, then they would have said she would have been insubordinate and fired her.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
a
exactly how
catch
it would have went.
22.
Pretty much damned if you do and damned if you
And if you
don't.
don't,
Yeah. It's the same way with CPS with social workers and all of that. You either it's either they're understaffed or you have to deal with the ones that are corrupt. Um,
And that's
you
going to be
know,
even worse in another 10 years with the repeal of Roe versus Wade, because
Yep.
the system's going to get even more overloaded.
Yep.
explain that. I don't know what you mean.
Terminating a pregnancy.
Pregnancy,
No,
right?
no, I understood that part. I mean, like,
So
you
if
talking
women
about
don't,
the
if
CPS or jails? Oh,
CPS.
okay, okay.
So if women don't have access to it, and then they're then forced to have this child, and they put the child in the system that's already overloaded, I mean, you're about to see an influx of kids in foster care, and there's not going to be enough to go around. It's
Hmm.
Yeah, and women unaliving kids because they weren't given the
Yeah.
option to have.
Right.
Yep.
My daughter graduates with her bachelor's degree in social work Friday, so she's already been talking about how things have been in that system.
Well, here in the province I'm in, they estimate that we're short about 100 social workers. The CP, well, we just call them CYFS, Child Youth Family Service Workers here. They carry a caseload on average of 150 for one person.
That's a lot. That's too many.
That's a lot. It's like
Yeah.
165 in Ohio.
And what
And
happens
yeah,
when that kid ages out? They get thrown on the streets and they go to a life of crime, or they join the military, or they end up with substance issues.
yeah.
Hmm.
Or trafficked, or yeah.
I mean, there might be
Oh,
a few that beat the mold, but 9 times out of 10, these kids haven't been given a leg up in life.
Like we just like again, small province. We just don't have the number of foster families to meet the need. So the government used to pay, I think they said like $1,500 a month per child, and now they just upped it to $6,000 a month per child, just to
what?
get people, yeah, just to get people to because there's so many kids in care, and the capacity isn't there. They need to get these kids in the safe environments.
But
So the
that's just
government's
it though.
paying through the
That
nose.
just
I
but that
know,
doesn't make
I
any
know.
sense because that's the wrong incentive. These people are.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh.
I could turn around tomorrow and take in two kids and retire and just be a foster mom the rest of my life.
And I can understand that. Okay, I get that part, but
But
they don't even vet these people enough. Oh yeah, look,
no, they
hey
don't.
honey, we're just gonna get 6,000 a month, and then
Yeah,
because look, we all know the foster care system, the horror
yeah,
stories.
yeah.
We're
Well,
supposed
it's
to
just,
implement credit checks to help negate some of that. I don't know if that's still a thing, but when I looked into fostering years ago, it like credit check was one of the first things they did.
Um,
all they do here, all they do here is they do a criminal record check and a vulnerable sector check to make sure that you don't have any crimes against children. And you just show them your basic financials, like, proof of employment, that kind of stuff. It's very basic, and they make sure that each child, you can only have two kids in a room, so they come in, they do a home inspection, basically. That's it. Like within an hour, you can get approved here. It's insane.
My brother's foster mom, I remember because we visited our foster parents well after we were adopted. I'm still in touch with mine. But I remember we would go to their foster home because we were split up because they were of color and I was not, and it was the 80s and they didn't mix races in foster care. But I remember going to his foster home, and that foster mom had as many bunk beds as you could possibly imagine shoved in one
Mm-hmm.
room, and it was for multiple kids. She had to be fostering at least 20, and that's insane to me because you can't provide proper care at that point. And
you
I've heard
can't.
Yeah,
No.
stories of his time in foster care, like they would get locked in closets when they were bad, like she terrorized them.
yeah.
So it's not a foster home, it's a bunkhouse.
Pretty
Basically.
much.
It's a cash. What do they call what Gypsy did?
A
A
cash cow.
hay pig.
Pay
Hay
big
pig.
cash
Yeah.
cow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Me and my first husband fostered kids in late 90s, early 2000s, and we could not have more than one child per room. We had a 4-bedroom house, and they inspected weekly. We had to take 6 months of classes, credit check, before they even put a child in my home. They would come and sit and talk with me in my house. They observed me with my nieces, my nephew. I mean, it was, and I'm glad they did, you know. And the children, and I'm guessing it's probably because of the way that they did it. The children that we had come in our home, y'all, were some of the worst. They had suffered some abuses that, I was thinking my childhood was horrible, but we had one little boy. His mom had just unalived his little brother. He was one of 9. They had picked him to suffer the worst abuse. They would let the other children, well, actually, I don't think they made the other children help in the abuse. Um, the mother constantly on, rugs. She didn't have a steady husband. She'd let men come in. She'd have the kids watch what the men would do to her. But they kept him in a cage. Um, he was 9 when he came to us, but he would ask us. I had a dog. I had a puppy. I had a Maltese, and we never. He had a kennel. He was like kennel trained, and I remember him asking me, "You're not gonna put me in there, are you?"
That's
As
heartbreaking.
hard as it was, because I had the dog. I had the dog for like 5 years, and I said, "Would you be more comfortable here if I found him another home and we just got rid of the kennel?" And it was little. It was a little kennel. There's no way a person could fit in there, right? That's what you're thinking, right? Um, and then I asked him that, and he's like, "Well, no, because I'm not going to be here that long." And I said, "Well, you may be here, you may be here for a little while." And he said, "Oh, no, no, no. They always send me back to my mom." He's like, "So if you want me to sleep in there, I'm okay with it." And I was like, "No, no, no." So I ended up, like, a couple of days later, I gave the dog to my mother-in-law, and we got rid of the kennel and everything. And I remember going to his social worker, and I asked, I'm like, why would he think that he would even fit in there? And she said, well, from the time he could walk, they would put him in a kennel, you know, and he would be scrunched up, and it didn't matter the size of it. And then as he got older, they would just get bigger kennels till they got to the big cage. And he was 9, he might have weighed 40 pounds. He was under skin and bones. And he was tall, but you could tell his posture wasn't right, and he had scars all over him, and all these different things. And we had him, he lived with us. I don't want to say we had him, I don't want to say it like that, but he lived with us for about a year. And I remember for his 10th birthday party, we had it at the skating rink, and it was this big thing. His birthday was in August. It was right after school started, and we invited his whole entire class. And in I'm sorry. When they brought the cake out and his name was on it and everything, he's like, I can't believe y'all did this for me. This is all for me. He's like, I never want to leave. I love y'all. Please be my mom and my dad. And we knew that it was coming time, for them to terminate his biological mom's rights. And his social worker was at the birthday party, and I took her to the side and I said, I don't know what to say. I said, because we want to adopt him, but I don't want to give him false hope. And she's like, oh no, no, we got the court date. I was just saving it to tell you. We got the court date. We're gonna, so y'all can adopt him as soon as they terminate her rights. She's like, so if you want to give him that surprise, you can do it. I'm here with you. I'm here for you. And I spoke to my husband at the time. I said, do you want to do this? He's like, I think that would be the best birthday present ever. So we did, and we told him, and he said he wanted to change his name, not just his last name, his first name. I mean, we had this long conversation with him and everything, and I loved him. I mean, he excelled in school and everything. The following December, though, we had another foster child, and he hurt that foster child, and they removed him, and we never heard or saw him again. And the social worker, I remember the social worker saying, you just can't fix some of them, like he was nothing. And me and my husband was like, no, I mean, counseling and all these things. And she's like, nope, nope. Mm-mm. So they put him in a boys' home, and he set the dorm on fire. And then they moved him to another facility in northern Louisiana, and he jabbed one of the teachers in that dorm. And I keep thinking to myself, what I did wrong. But then it's like, no, it was the 9 years of the abuse and everything that the mother and the people she allowed to do.
Right.
He eventually was adopted. I think he was 14 or 15, they said, when he was adopted by an older couple. The adoptive mother passed of cancer a year after the adoption, and he attempted to unalive the adopted father. And he's been in Angola since he was 18. He would now be 30, and he's going to probably spend the rest of his life there because they say he's always in and out of trouble. Whereas the other 8 children moved on successfully, living with the grandparents of the mother who did all of that to them. And come to find out, they were abusing all these children too. And I try wrapping my head around that. It's just sad. I'm sorry. I never told anybody that, but yeah, it's just.
Thank you
I
for
get
sharing,
it.
Dawn. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry
So,
that that
so
happened.
sad.
Well, it's him. I just keep thinking it's like they parent. I don't get a mother that could do that to their child.
Right.
I don't.
I'll never understand it. Ever.
I get it because that's what my ex my oldest bio dad did to them when they had my oldest when they were younger. And that the fact that the stepmom sat there and like did nothing to stop it boggles my mind.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I got us all on this heavy topic.
It's okay.
You all right over there, Nelly?
Yeah, my son walked in. I was in my room talking to y'all. I didn't want to say anything in front of him. I'm coming in. But yeah. It just I've never. Yes, baby, the dogs are barking. It's okay. Yes, baby. Because I keep thinking myself there being like another truck. So like, No, it's just passing down the street. Okay. Maybe my dad. Nope, nope. Now my dogs are gonna go crazy.
Well, on the bright side, I bet they quit streaming you.
Oh, I bet. Well, until that's well, I hope so because they'll probably use that against me in some twisted, wicked way. I'm sure.
Sassy wants to know if everybody on the panel is okay.
I'm
Yes,
okay.
thank you.
We're good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Buddy check. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for having me. I'm gonna hop down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Nelly, and I know Nelly's probably about ready to go too.
Yeah, I gotta take off, get kiddo sorted there.
I got people sharing other lives to me. I think I'm supposed to go wreak havoc somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna.
guys
I'm
have a good
sorry.
night. Love you guys. Yep.
Yeah,
No, you're
I'm gonna
good,
end it.
Nelly.
Y'all have a
No,
good
don't be
night.
sorry. I'm happy you shared. Thank you for sharing.
Yep.
Yes,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
Mhm.
Thank y'all for being here.
Yep. Love
All
you.
right.
See you
See you,
later.
ladies.
Y'all have the day
Bye.
y'all created and make it a good one.
You
Yep.
too. Bye
Okay.
You
bye.
All
too.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Right, right.